Hey, what's up everyone? Yeah, that's right. Today I'm going to share with you the ultimate list of games that you, yes you, should definitely be checking out on your Quest 2. So I hope you are ready for this. These titles are unique, are awesome and fantastic in ways you have never experienced before. They are literally going to blow your mind. Anyways, before I share this gorgeous lineup, let me know in the comments below what games you are playing on your standalone VR headset right now. Very curious to hear what you're diving into. And next to that, I almost forgot, join our Discord if you haven't already, because over there we do giveaways of sometimes games, of hardware, and we chit-chat about the latest VR news, about things that are happening within the community, and we share the juiciest memes. So if that sounds like a place for you, then go to the description below and join the rebellion. We would love to have you. And with that being said, let's jump right into the metaverse and check out all these games. Let's go! So we're kicking things off with Resident Evil 4 VR. Yeah, being definitely one of the biggest hits on Quest to date. And even that is an understatement, because people seriously buy a headset just so they can play this. In this game you step into the shoes of Special Agent Leon S. Kennedy that is on his mission to rescue the US President's daughter, who has been kidnapped by a mysterious group of people. The gameplay is pure nostalgia with a flavor of next gen, making this classic feel like an entirely new experience. It has satisfying gunplay, interactive puzzles, and a story with a bunch of strange characters and end bosses. Next up is Population 1, a colorful Battle Royale title that drops you into a futuristic world with limitless combat possibilities. It makes you enjoy unparalleled vertical freedom and mobility, lets you fly through the map to rain down bullets from above, you get to climb anything you see to gain the high ground, and you can build strategic covers to protect your squad. There is always something new going on in Population 1, with the developers hosting live in-game events and fresh content to explore on almost a monthly base. If you ever dreamed of becoming Harry Potter, then Waltz of the Wizard is the perfect game for you. In this, you get to experience what it's like to have magical powers. You get the opportunity to combine arcane ingredients and throw them into a boiling cauldron, to then unleash creative and destructive wizardry upon a fully interactive environment. Waltz of the Wizard is jam-packed with hidden secrets that you will not get enough of. Talking about the metaverse, Rec Room is a free place where you can hang out with friends and explore all kinds of crazy places. It has its own economy, digital items, millions of player-created rooms, tools to build ones yourself, and a huge cross-platform player base. You can customize and dress up however you want and discover challenging, fun, and straight-up weird games made by the Rec Room community. Okay, let's chit-chat about Red Matter, shall we? This is one of my favorites. You play as an astronaut who pretty much crash lands on a mysterious planet that was once the top secret location of a Volgravian base, and by accident you bump into it and will slowly uncover the secrets of this abandoned facility as you go deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole. Ooh. Always wanted to go behind enemy lines in a kayak? Then, well, Phantom Cobra-Ups might be something for you. Dispatched into hostile wetlands in your tactical floaty, you have to utilize weapons and equipments to neutralize the enemy. You get the opportunity to take out targets in loud ways like Rambo, or infiltrate unnoticed from the shadows across a thrilling campaign. Now it's time to talk After the Fall, also known as the Left 4 Dead of virtual reality. In this epic multiplayer full of action, you and your friends have to grind your ways through an ice-covered LA 20 years after it got hit by a zombie apocalypse. To survive, you have to hop from safe house to safe house and shoot as many undead as possible to collect credits that you can then use to upgrade weapons with all kinds of powerful attachments. The more you play, the higher the difficulty and the bigger the challenge of staying alive. That's After the Fall in a nutshell. Another hardcore game is In Death Unchained, a roguelite in which you play with a crossbow or a regular one. It's totally up to you. So, since its levels are procedurally generated, no playthrough is the same. Your goal is to rain down arrows against forsaken souls that have taken over the afterlife, and your only choice is to battle through these beautiful medieval fantasy levels of heaven, purgatory and hell to restore harmony. Oh, and the best part is, it has no save points, so good luck. Using the power of virtual reality, Song in the Smoke puts your survival directly in your own hands. That's right, it lets you enter a dangerous world outside of time, where you must craft weapons, make clothes, build fires, and brew healing elixirs to defend yourself against its vicious predators. Whether you're the hunter or the hunted, you can block, you can parry and strike back with your club at any time, or attack from a distance with your bow. That works too. True survivors will also need their wits, by the way, to avoid some of the most lethal creatures that call this land their home, so you have been warned. This next game is called Moss, and it's so freaking cute. It's about guiding a brave little mouse named Quill, who dreams of greatness beyond the confines of her settlement. You play as a ghost that befriends her, and together you go on a stunning journey through forgotten realms. You will have to face menacing enemies and solve tough puzzles that in the end will bring you closer to Quill's ultimate goal. Something that isn't so adorable is Doom 3. Yeah, so Dr. Beef, a dev who we know for porting over classics such as Wolfenstein to VR, has made sure that Doom 3 is playable on the Quest 2. Since this is a fan-made project, it's not on the official Quest store though, but totally deserves a mention, because it's definitely a lot scarier in VR than playing it on a pancake monitor. But luckily, you do have an array of demon-proof weapons that will keep those monsters at a distance. Are you brave enough to play this? Well, you can always wear a pair of brown pants if you're not sure about it. Then I have Job Simulator. This title was one of the first VR games ever made for consumers. The best way to explain this game is that it pretty much lets you step into the future where robots have replaced all human jobs. Job Simulator lets you, well, basically travel back in time and experience what it must have been like to be an office worker, a cook, and a store clerk. There is no wrong or right in terms of how you play this. It's all based on your own creativity and imagination. If you are a big Star Wars fan and want to know what it's like to step inside a galaxy far, far away, then Vader Immortal is the one to jump into. In this movie experience, you are a smuggler who operates near Mustafar, the lava planet that Darth Vader calls his home. And when you then are unexpectedly pulled out of hyperspace, you find yourself uncovering an ancient mystery at the behest of the Sith Lord himself. This game is amazing if you want to play around with lightsabers, with force powers, and all kinds of other epic stuff. Evenly epic is Walkabout Mini Golf, a sports title that takes everything you love about a real-life game and makes it 10 times better with virtual reality. It feels so easy and natural playing this in VR, because the physics the Walkabout Mini Golf devs pulled off here are completely realistic, and on top of that they offer a wide variety of courses that provide the perfect challenge for hardcore golfers and casual players alike. Now I'm going to talk about a title that everyone knows, and that is Beat Saber. What a surprise! This is probably the most famous VR game you're going to see in this list. Not only does this rhythm title turn you into a Jedi, it also gives you a fantastic workout. Beat Saber is one of those games that is easy to learn but hard to master, since you have to become one with the music while you slash the beats. This is a great experience for young and for old, and a fun party game to share with friends and family. Also, a fun title that can be shared with others is Richie's Plank Experience. Imagine standing on a plank, 80 stories high, and knees shaky, palms sweaty, and you only have two choices, by the way. Do you move or do you freeze? Well, in Richie's Plank Experience, you are going to feel the emotional and physical response that virtual reality can unchain when it plays around with heights. I know. I have been talking about a lot of zombie shooters already, but let me mention one more, okay? Please. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners cannot be missed, because this is an amazing survival game with RPG elements that lets you step into the shoes of a lone survivor that travels through a walker-infested New Orleans in search of redemption. If you like a zombie campaign with a solid story, top-notch gameplay, and realistic feeling physics, then Saints and Sinners is one hell of a game you can have loads of fun in. A game that is pure physics as well is Blade and Sorcery, a medieval fantasy sandbox that focuses on melee, ranged, and magic combat. It uses a unique and realistic-driven interaction and fighting system that never gets old. Another masterpiece by Dr. Beef is his port of Half-Life 1. Stepping into the shoes of Gordon Freeman in VR adds a whole new dimension to this cult classic. Fighting headcrabs and vortigons has never been so much fun. Its campaign offers a nice chunk of playtime with challenging puzzle elements, fast-paced combat, and a story plot like no other. If you want to experience the future of free roam VR by transforming any indoor space into an incredible virtual arena, you gotta try Space Pirate Trainer DX. It lets you run around in a manic game of hide and seek with blasters and shields. All you have to do to make this work is find a large open space. So start scouting for empty halls, tennis and basketball courts. Moving on to Pistol Whip. This rhythmic FPS introduces you to a cinematic bullet hell, powered by the most epic soundtracks that make you feel like you are the ultimate action hero. It's one of the most physical titles out there, because what makes it so different is that while you fly by, you have to shoot foes on the beat of the music to score points, so you will have to literally do everything to not get hit. A puzzler that is worth checking out as well is Cubism. You could say there isn't that much that can be said about this simple looking puzzle game, but don't let your eyes deceive you. Cubism puts your spatial thinking skills to the test by challenging you to assemble increasingly complex shapes out of colorful blocks in more than 60 levels. So you're not going to blitz through this, no, this is going to make your brain explode. Then we have The Climb 2, a game that is a pleasure for the eyes and that brings the excitement of rock climbing to glorious VR. Your goal in this game is to scale to new heights and explore stunning environments while competing for the fastest time on the leaderboard. While playing, you will unlock new climbing gear and more dangerous levels to discover. It even allows you to race against your friends or strangers in ghost form, so there is a lot to see and a lot to do. What's visually impressive too is Puzzling Places, a relaxing and wholesome jigsaw game where you put together hyper-realistic miniatures of breathtaking buildings and objects from around the world. What's cool about this is that when you finish a puzzle, you get to explore it from the in and outside, within the background, sound effects that are completely blending with the puzzle you just put together. In this next gorgeous experience, you play as the protector of a lonely little boy with the name Louis. Invisible to everyone but him, you get to explore his world and help Louis deal with the challenges he has in life. You slowly become a part of a heartfelt story that is about trying to keep things together with the help of a very big imaginary friend, being you. This is such a unique and cute title that you have to try. Oh, and get some tissues too, because you will need them. Right now, there are sadly no official Spider-Man games on Quest, but a title named Resist fills up this gap nicely, with gameplay that makes you feel like a true superhero. It's a single-player action RPG that features kinetic swinging mechanics, intense combat, and an entertaining story. If you always dreamed of becoming James Bond, then I Expect You to Die makes that dream come true by a tenfold, because this comical puzzler is all about espionage, explosives and advanced gadgets. Just be aware that it tries to take you out with ingenious puzzles, cunning villains and dangerous, oh so dangerous locations. There is no way you are not going to die at least once. Another example of the metaverse is VR chat. Some people even go as far as calling it the virtual reality oasis, and it's kinda true because it is a place that offers an endless collection of social VR experiences by giving the power of creation to its community. You can explore tons of mesmerizing worlds, create long-lasting friendships, and discover your own identity by getting a personal avatar. There is never a dull day in VR chat. There is always something worth meeting or checking out. Total different vibes. Real VR fishing. Yeah, this game offers the most realistic and relaxing fishing experience you are ever going to have in virtual reality. You can chillax at beautiful fishing grounds and catch a variety of fish while listening to your favorite tunes in the background. Quick heads up, this game is highly addictive, so the moment you dive in with your friends or alone, it's going to be hard to unplug from the matrix. So do not underestimate fishing in VR. Anyways, as we near the end of this video, I want to take the opportunity to give a huge shout to The Secret of Retropolis, a hidden gem and a true masterpiece that has been completely drawn by hand, by the way. It's a narrative-driven game of a new kind, a blend of classic point-and-click adventure with immersive cinematography. In Retropolis, you embody the witty protagonist of a film noir plot, while meeting unforgettable characters, solve comical puzzles, and lose yourself in the retro-futuristic style of the city. This title deserves all the love it can get. If you're interested in experiencing the future of esports, then check out Echo VR. This title is totally free and transforms you into a battle-ready robot that is armed with a disc that needs to be thrown into the goal of your opponent. Sounds easy, but you have to glide, you have to boost and punch your way through enemy lines if you want to be able to compete against the best players in a zero-gravity clash of robotic glory. Get ready, because this game is going to make you sweat your headset off your face. I'm serious. Moving on to probably the most epic tabletop dungeon crawler you can play on Quest. So in this, you have to gather your friends to battle the dark forces that have overtaken the world of Demio. To fight back, you have to choose the mantle of the hunter, the sorcerer, assassin, guardian or bard, each having their own unique abilities and skills. You have to use them wisely, because otherwise you will never be able to stop the darkness. This game requires strategy and serious teamwork. And last but not least, we end this video with Gorilla Tag. This game has literally broken every record possible. Its premise is simple. You run, you climb and jump like a monkey while playing a classic round of tag. So what it comes down to is you have to escape the infected gorilla or outmaneuver the survivors to catch up. You can use the trees and cliff to outsmart your opponents, and you can also use other tricks to make them look the other way. At first glance, you would think this lo-fi game has not much to offer, but it's one of the most daily played VR games out there. Absolutely insane. And there you go, my friends. Those are, in my opinion, the best games that you can play on your Quest right now. So let me know in the comments below if there's anything else that should have made it to this list, because in the end this is a personal lineup, of course. So I'm very curious to see what else people should be checking out who are watching this video. I do have a few honorable mentions that sadly didn't make it to this video because of the fact that it would just simply get too long. So here we go. On the list I have Half Plus Half, 11 Table Tennis, Floor Plan 2, Myst, Wolves in the Walls, Raccoon Lagoon, Arizona Sunshine, Trover Saves the Universe, Pavlov, and Super Hot. So with that being said, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to slam that like button, and until next time, see you in the metaverse, the one that is owned by us all. Bye bye.